Hey guys, so in this part we're going to make it possible to delete a post and also report a post. So when you click these three dots here, I want to have a simple modal here that shows a button for deleting and one for reporting a post. So let's begin by making this clickable and showing a little modal here. So if I go to Visual Studio Code, then I can just close everything here and open up feed item.view. So then we have this down here. Let me add a div around this so we have something that we can actually click, which is a little better than SVG. At click toggle extra modal, or whatever you want to call it. Then we add this down in the methods and just a console log just to see that it's now clickable. Yes, you can see down here in the corner, hopefully, that this is toggle extra modal. So then we should show a little div above here, or maybe just below here. We can add a data array here. Data return show extra modal false, like that. And then below this div here, yes, that's, no, we actually want it below this div, yes. So the div if show extra modal. If this is true, then we render this div hello. Refresh. Yes, forgot to set this to true. So down here, this dot show extra modal equals not this show extra modal. So what this is that does is that if this is now true, this will set it to the opposite, which is false, and if this is false, it will set it to true. So that's how you can toggle something, as you can see here. Okay, so then down here we can have one button for submitting a report and one for deleting. So let's have the div here with some flex, like that. Then we can copy one of these, yes. Then just paste it and say delete post. Maybe this should be red, like that, and we should not have a heart there. Let's find an icon for trash. Replace this one. Nice. Maybe this should also be red, just to make sure that it's very visible. So then just a text red 500, and then everything there is red. Nice. So then we need one more for reporting. What kind of icon should we use for that? Report, yes, flag, of course. Just remove this click here, and div class flex items center space dash x dash 2. Paste this one like that, fix the indentation, and then we can copy this text and say report post. This should maybe be orange, and the same with the icon. Text orange 500, text orange 500. Yes, so now it's very clear what this actually does. So we can begin by making it possible to delete post, which is also the first task. Let's create the API endpoint for this. So in api.py, in the posts app, we can create a new here. think I can say API view and then make this only access with a delete like that. So it's not a post and it's not a get, but it's a delete request. And then def post delete, pass in the request parameter and the primary key. And then we can say post equals post dot objects dot filter created by equals request dot user, so that we only get the post that you have created, so we don't accidentally delete someone else's post. And then get pk equals pk from the URL post dot delete. Then we can return JSON response message post deleted and save. So now we need to add this to the URLs.py inside the post app. So we already have this like and the comment. So let's just copy and replace delete, post delete, and post delete and save. So the backend should be ready now. Let's fix this now. So if you click this now, at click, delete, post, and then we can pass in the post ID. That's actually not necessary since we have this property. So just delete post, remove the parentheses. Now we can copy this and say delete post, console.log, delete post. Maybe we can print the ID, this.post.id, just to make sure that everything is working. Toggle this one, delete, and there's a delete post with this ID. Nice. I don't need to send this information to the backend, but before I fix the backend, I want to fix the front end. So when we click here, we need to update the parent, which is the profile view or the feed view. So let's open up both of them, profile view and feed view.view. So here we have a list of posts, and this is not available for us here because we're just passing it in one post at a time. So what we need to do then is to use an emit to tell the parent to remove it from that list. So in the feed item, here we can say this.emit, and then we say delete post and pass in this.post.id. And then on the profile view, we can listen to this by saying v on delete post. And when we get this emit here, we want to call a function here called delete post. Then we can copy this, scroll down to the methods list, id, console.log, delete post in profile id, just to see that this is working. This is not needed here anymore, so let me just remove it and go back, refresh, test. No, need to go to my profile, click this one, delete post, and then you can see here that we are calling it first in the feed item here, and then delete post in profile with the same ID. Nice. So then on the profile view down here we can say that this.posts equal this.posts.filter post equals fat arrow function post.id not equals id. So what this here does is now that it takes this list here and filter it and say that if the post ID that you're looping through now should not be the ID that we get from the child. So let me try to refresh. Here is something wrong. extra non-emit event listeners. Okay, we'll have to come back to that, but let's test it now. If I click delete, then it was deleted from the list there. Nice. But if I refresh, it's still here because we haven't talked to the backend. So then I can just remove it from there, and then I want the, this feed item to actually talk to the backend. So here we can say axios dot delete. So instead of post or get, we say now delete. Use the backticks /API /posts. Then we pass in this.post.id and delete, which should be the URL. And then we will get some information back, like we do here. Console.log response.data, we can see what we get, and if there are any errors, we just show them in the console. So refresh. Now we can try to delete this one. Delete post, post deleted, and if I refresh, it's not there anymore. Nice. So now we can actually delete posts. So I can remove this console log as well. And if I go here now, we can copy this and go to the feed view, because we need it here as well. And the little change we did up here on the component, where we listen to this, also needs to be added here. Like that. So now this should hopefully work in the feed as well. Delete. Yes, now it's gone from there. Nice. If you are not the owner of this post, you shouldn't see this delete button. You should only see the report post. So we can do a check. Do you have access to the user here? No. So I need to import the user store here. Or the user there. The user is not there. Okay, let's import use user store from. Let me just see how I did it here. Okay, I use it like that. Like that. And then I initialize it by using this setup method. Just remove the toast store like that. So now I have available this. So then here on the delete button, I can add a test saying if user store.user.id equals, and then we say post.createdby.id and save. So if these are similar or the same, then we should see this. That means that this should now be working. Okay, so that means that now we have the possibility to delete posts as well. So we can set this to done. Before I continue, I just want to say thanks to all of my patrons. If you too want to support me, you will find a link in the description below. Next, I want to make it possible to report a post. So to do that, we need to do some changes to the backend. So let's open up models.py in the post app. And then we can actually maybe just add something here. Reported by users equals, and then link to the user and reported post. It's easy to see which post you have reported. But when this starts to fill up, the owner of the website needs to check why is this reported by so many users. So when we now report a post, we can just add your username to this list. Very simple. So let's update the database, make migrations. Sorry, just hit Ctrl+C to stop this. This of course has to be a many-to-many field. And remove this. So that means that I probably don't need this either, but we can set this blank equals true because it's not necessarily reported by anyone. Okay, let's try again. Nice, and then migrate. Perfect, so we can run the server. And then we need an API endpoint in the post app for actually reporting this. So this needs to be a post request, post, def post report, request and primary key. And then we can get this almost like this, but you can of course report other people's posts as well. So then here we can say post, get it from the database, post dot reported by users.add request.user, and then just post.save. So now this makes sure that your user is added to this, and then we can say, oops, copy this, paste as a post reported, and save. Fix the URLs file in the post app, copy this one, rename to post report, and just report at the end there. So then we can open up feed view again, feed item, and instead of saying delete post here, we can say at click report post, like that. Now we can add this down here in the methods, report post. This doesn't need to emit anything to the parent because we don't want to remove it from the list just because it is reported. So rename this to be axios.post and use report at the end there. Now we get some information back when you have reported this. Here we should show some feedback to the users that it has been reported. So we can use a toast here, import, use toast store from at stores/toast. Then initialize it here, const toast store equals use toast store, and down here we said toast store. So I just want to see how I have used this other places. Okay, this was the file I was in, of course, so edit password. There is how I use this. So then I just say the post was reported. We can use BG Emerald Green because this is good. I see now that I pasted it in the wrong place. The post was deleted. So we can have it there, and we can also have it up here on the report. Reported, save. So let's try this now. First private post, I can report my own report post. The post was reported. Okay, let's try to see if this actually is correct. So Python mentioned by shell. From post.modals import post.objects.all. Posts equals post.objects.all for post in posts print post.reported by users.all. So one of these should have a user inside. Nice. So now we know that there is one post reported by a user. Nice. So let's run the server again. I want to set this to done, but before I quit for today, I need to fix this error down here. Declare it using the emits. Let me just copy this error, paste it in Google and see what it says to me. Okay, so define emits. View setup, we don't use that, we do it like this. So let me just try to add this, see if that makes the error go away. So in feed item, up together with props, we can have it here. And this emits something called delete post. So delete post, like that. Go back, refresh, and now the error is gone. Nice. So that was it for this part as well. So I don't need a task for that. And if you have any questions about today's code, feel free to leave a comment below and I will answer as soon as I can. See you in the next video.